good morning. It is Thursday, the 29th. Welcome to this week's vlog. Wow. I'm so tired. I feel like I'm sleeping the same amount each night with the same amount of like getting up in the middle of the night each night. And yet each morning I am a different amount of tired. It's crazy. Luckily today is a take my meds day. So I'm going to do that in an hour. Hopefully that helps a little bit. I have book club today, so that's cool. We're going to talk about the Judy Blume book that I read in last week's vlog, which I'm excited about. I really enjoyed that book. Was it last week's vlog or was it the vlog week before? I don't know anymore. Time's not real. Time's not real. Yeah. I don't know anymore. I am going to, let's talk about what I'm gonna read. I plan to get 25% into A Magic Steeped in Poison. I'm not looking forward to it because I didn't really enjoy it too much the first time, but I want to get that like duology out of the way. So there's that. We'll see how that goes, but that's, I want to get it out the way. I also want to get 75% into CLEARURSHT, and then I might, no, I'm not going to start that yet. I might start it tomorrow, but I'm not going to start that yet. Never mind. I'm trying to like push my reading so that I don't end up reading a ton of books ahead of time before the month because of the book blanket, and it's going to make me slowly insane. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I did manage to go ahead and plan some of March, just TBR. And I don't want anybody to come at me and be like, aren't you having the baby in March? Yes, I am. And I will be busy then. But I don't know how to function without a TBR. I don't like to pick books. I find that the worst part about reading is picking the books. I like to just know the thing I'm gonna be reading next. So I picked a few books. They're all series continuations. It's literally just series continuations, and then from there I'll use the book jar to kind of decide what I'm gonna read if I don't know. Cause yeah, I've finished so many books. So it's definitely, we're having a time. I don't remember what I was gonna say. So that's cool. Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say. I think I'm gonna close this update out because I'm super tired and clearly distracted. I have book club tonight, so that's cool. I'm gonna do my hair and makeup, and I get to take my Adderall today, so I'll have my brain in order, and I'm gonna film my January wrap-up, hopefully today. I'll film that, edit it, get it uploaded and call it a day, I hope. Alright, that's it. Okay, thanks, bye. We're gonna see if this works. It's Friday, the 30th. I'm having issues with my camera, which is stressing me out. It was basically just like deciding that it's not gonna record anymore. I don't know. I need to look into it. I thought it was the camera card, but then it did it to the second camera card that I have, and so now I'm not so sure. Hi gang, how we doing? I'm like super paranoid now. Now I'm like, oh, when I get to a minute, I'm gonna stop recording and start recording again because I don't want to risk talking and then losing the footage. Let's talk about what I read though, real quick. Maybe. I did get 25% into A Magic Steeped in Poison. I'm not having a good time. I am not enjoying this book. I think it is boring, which is wild. It has all of the groundwork for a really interesting book, and yet it is not a really interesting book. So that's annoying. I also did get 75% into CLEARURSHT. I've been really enjoying it. I like all of my statements before, like about the way the data is presented. I stand by it. I think it's great. And then I did get 50% into The Womanly Art of Breastfeeding. I don't know if I talked about that. getting 50% in. I got 50% into that. Again, my opinions are exactly the same, which is like, this is a little woo-woo, even for me. So, yeah. The reading plan for today is to get 50% into Magic Steeped in Poison and to get 60 to 75% into A Womanly Art of Breastfeeding. I'm not going to continue to read Crib Sheet until later because I don't want to, like, finish it before the month is before February starts. So yeah, that's the reading plan. Last night was good. Yesterday was good. We had book club, and I think everybody really needed it, so that was really nice. Actually, I need to message one of the people to thank them for hosting. But that was really nice. I needed the walk too, so I walked over to Ozzy's, and then we walked over to book club, and then we got a ride with David back because it was dark and windy, and I didn't want to walk up my driveway. My driveway is a death trap, just in case anybody wondered. It's like, it's at this angle. It's not like very, like, it's not very long, but it's at this angle, and that's hard when you're pregnant and all your joints want you to die. So, here we are. This weekend will be good, I think. Tonight we have dinner with my parents, and then tomorrow we're going to go see Hamlet at the local theater, like community theater. I think that'll be good. I like Hamlet, so I'm excited to see it. I think my biggest thing is, like, am I going to be able to sit for that long? So compression socks are going to be a must. I'm not going to look as cute as I would like to, but compression socks are going to be a must. It's fine. It'll be fine. I may do compression socks and then, like, KT tape or something in some spots and see if that helps. With the discomfort of sitting, though, it's mostly, like, theater chairs are fine. Mostly. My hips kind of don't love it, but what else? I did get one of my nesting tasks done. I might do a couple more today. Depends on how I'm feeling. I'm very tired. I've been very tired for a hot minute, and this weaning off of my meds has been really hard. I think I have one more week of taking it twice a week. No. Next week is when I start taking it once a week for 2 weeks, and then I don't look forward to it. Yeah, I don't look forward to it. Oh, goodness. Sorry. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. I can handle anything. I can handle anything. What was I even talking about? Nesting, I think, or the theater? I don't fucking know. I don't know, man. I'm going back to talking about nesting. This weekend I would like to work on the clothes part of my, like, tasks that I want to get done. Because they're getting out of hand, and I want to work on it. So I'll film that. You'll get the footage later. Because I think it's the last part of the clothes thing is that. So then I can just edit that, upload it, it'll be ready. And then my office and the kitchen are the last two that I need to do and film. So yeah. That's it though. I'm gonna go. Hope that this saves. Hope that my camera isn't broken forever. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys are having a great day. Okay, thanks, bye. Monday the 2nd, and I finished an obscene amount of books yesterday in an effort to make myself stop cleaning because my hands ache. Pregnancy carpal tunnel is not for the weak, and I really am ready to not be pregnant anymore. I'm over it. I'm done. I don't want to be pregnant anymore. We have 4 to 6 more weeks of this, and I'm ready to be done. Okay. With that being said, moving on. Let's talk about all of the books that I finished. We're going to run through them really fast, okay? Crib Sheet. We're going to start with nonfiction. Crib Sheet. Finished it. 4-star read. I really enjoyed it. I liked the way that it was presented. I liked the way the studies were explained. It was good. A lot of valuable information to take home. The Womanly Art of Breastfeeding. 3-star read. I didn't care for the way that the data was presented and the studies were presented. However, I did enjoy some of the advice that was in the book. I felt like it was still helpful, and a lot of it was still information that I needed and highlighted and have saved. So, if you plan on breastfeeding, read it, but take it with a grain of salt, and don't read it if you're going to get your feelings hurt, because it might say some things about choices that you've already decided you're going to make that are rude. So don't stress yourself out about it. Novellas. I finished When Among Crows and To Clutch a Razor, both by Veronica Roth. I really enjoy these books. I think these books slap. I think they are incredible books. I like the world. I like the magic. I think that I think that Veronica Roth does a really good job in this specific realm. And I'm excited to read more in this series. I think the characters are really interesting. And just like family dynamics and stuff, and the way that those are handled within the magical context is really interesting. As well as platonic friendships, and then romantic friendships, and sibling dynamics, and like what all of that can look like. Traumas and explaining secrets to family or friends. All of that. I think that it has all of those elements, and I think that it is done well. Through Gates of Garnet and Gold by Shawnee McGuire. That's another novella. 5-star read. Incredible. It is the next book in the Wayward Children series. I love this series. I think the series is incredible. So, and you guys know I love Shawnee. This book follows Nancy, who has been throughout kind of the whole series. And hey, what if we, why, can we don't? It follows the whole, like, she's throughout the whole series, and so to see where her story continued and what happened, and is happening, and her thoughts on the way that people think about the choices that she's made was really well done. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you, Shannon, for the continuation of that story. Last two, and then we can move on to what I'm going to read today. The last two are Magic Steeped in Poison and A Venom Dark and Sweet. Duology by Judy I. Lin. I don't like these books. I didn't like these books. I thought they were boring. I felt like the ending of the duology was too sped up and tidy. In the second book, we get a new POV that we didn't have in the first book, and it did not add to the book. At times, I found it difficult to separate who was talking, and I weirdly find these books incredibly boring. I don't know what it is about them that I specifically find very boring, but I do. I find them boring. So here we are. The plan today is to finish Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare, because I hadn't started it. This is a reread so that I can continue to read, or like go start reading The Ragpicker King. I'm also going to be reading With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I think I'm going to be about 25% into it, maybe 50. I don't know. At this point, I don't really care. My reading is so all over the place. Like, I end up reading so much, and I don't mean to, so here we are. But that's that, and then I will also be getting further into The Happiest Baby on the Block, which is a book I've been passively reading for a couple of months now, but now I'm finally like tracking it and marking it as like, all right, I'm actively reading this. So that is the other book that I will continue to read today. So yeah, a lot of reading. I have a lot of audiobooks, but I also have a lot of meetings today and a lot of work that I have to do, so I might not get any of those things done, because I try to be really good about doing my job during my job hours. I've just seen people lose their jobs for vlogging during work, and for me right now, it is not currently my work hours. So we haven't started working. So I try really hard to do a good job of balancing those things. I don't vlog during work hours, or I try not to, unless it's like my lunch break or something, where I have like the hour off because of a doctor's appointment or something. You know, be mindful of the things we put on the internet, folks. I gotta edit this video, and then I've gotta edit, I finished one of my nesting videos, which was the clothes. And then I also technically could have filmed the nesting kitchen video yesterday, but I was so in deep that I didn't. Yesterday was really bad, mental health wise. Being off my meds is making me a crazy person, so I do get to take them again today though. So that'll be nice. It'll be a nice break from my own brain, but I only get to do that for the next 2 weeks, so. Crochet wise, I'm not. My hands fucking hurt. They ache. They are asleep constantly. Yeah, my hands hurt. I am working on something, but I don't think I'm going to be able to continue it today. Maybe not this week at all. I might need to take a whole week off of crocheting, which sucks because I really like to crochet to keep my mind focused. And since I won't be on my meds, whole other can of worms, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But I'm gonna go because I gotta set up my Hobo Neat Sheet for the week. So I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, thanks, bye. I finished too many books yesterday. Let me give the caveat that because I can't crochet and I'm off my meds, all I can do is consume books. That year that I read like an obscene amount of books, I was unmedicated, and it was literally the only thing that could help me focus was reading. And I think I'm there again, which is horrifying. Because I don't want to hear the buzzing in my brain. I just don't. I also didn't realize how much I use crochet to cope and help me focus until I can't do it anymore because my hands feel full of bees. Pregnancy is a scam, and I highly do not recommend it. Let's speed through what I read yesterday. I finished Swordcatcher. I like Swordcatcher. The only thing I don't like about Swordcatcher is that it too many words, not enough things happening. Then I went and finished the Catcher King? Rag somebody. It's the sequel, whatever it's called. I finished that. And And it's the same thing. I actually rated it lower because it didn't get interesting until about 50%, a late 50% into the book. And then I was like, okay, this is fine, I guess. So, you know, Drag Picker King, that's what it's called. I also finished With a Vengeance from Riley Sager. Actually, shocking, this is probably one of the best Riley Sager books I've read, ever. The ending came through. Riley Sager loves a twist, and to the point that it is excessive, and usually by the time the final twist happens, it does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. It feels like a cop-out. It always feels like a cop-out. We love to blame mental health. We love to pretend that something's paranormal when it's not. We love to blame mental health in Riley Sager books. This was not any of that. It was not any of that. I thought that this was genuinely one of Sager's best books. It does not feel like his other books because the twists actually felt consistent with the story, but also it's like a historical whodunit almost kind of thing. And yes, while there were like 12 twists at the end and you were like, oh, was it this person? Was it this person? Was it this person? It didn't matter. It was okay. Like, all of the twists and stuff and the reveals made sense. And held the story together. Like, they didn't make the story fall apart in the end or make me go, what was the point of reading this? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very solid book, shockingly enough. I also finished The Happiest Baby on the Block, which is a nonfiction book. I understand why this book has essentially stood the test of time. It's been around for 100 billion years. When was it published for the first time? I don't think it was 2002. I think it's just that edition. I think that it's a really good book. It talks about the 5 S's, which, like, you might have heard about if you know anything about babies, which is like swaddling, shushing, swinging, like rocking, sucking, and I don't know what the 5th one is. I want to say skin to skin, but I don't think that's right. But they're all the things that are supposed to mimic the womb, essentially, which helps babies sleep and rest better, and they're less likely to be colicky. Because if you don't know, babies realistically should stay in your womb for an additional 3 months, because they still have to develop very quickly for 3 months outside of the womb. I'm just thinking about, like, if he was in my womb for 3 more months, I think I would kill myself. Currently, I'm really struggling today. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so I finished that and it was really good. So the plan for today is I'm going to start and finish Paladin's Grace by T. Kingfisher, hopefully. I don't have any meetings, so I'll be able to listen to that while I get some work done. There's a lot of work that I need to get done. And then I'm also going to get 50% into Girls Who Play Dead by Joelle Wellington. I started it last night when I was going to bed, and it seems really interesting. I'm really excited to continue it. So yeah, there's that. I need to plug this in so that I can pull the quotes from Red Picker King, because while I did not love it, it's very quotable because Cassandra Clare be writing real quotable shit. So that's the reading plan. I'm currently so fucking miserable, gang. I had D&D last night, and I think, like, sitting at my desk for that long was not good for me. Going from, like, sitting at my desk from 6:30 to 3:30, 4-ish, getting up, making myself dinner, which was really hard because of my hand hurting, and then sitting at my desk from 6 p.m. and, well, 5:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. On top of I have one last session of D&D, not next week but the week after, and I think that's good because I'm at a point where I can't do it anymore. I can't sit down and play. He's currently sitting so low that, like, just sitting like this is the only way I'm comfortable, is sitting like this right now. And honestly, the only way I'm comfortable is not sitting at my desk at all. I'm so uncomfortable. I can't breathe. My nose is so stuffy. My hand feels like it's full of bees. Being off of my meds is fucking miserable. and I think that women should get their entire pregnancy off work. I'm so exhausted. I'm also exhausted. Like, I'm just so tired, and I'm just so tired. And it feels like I'm being a little bitch about it, but it's so much. It's so much. I'm what, 34 weeks, so I've got like 4 to 6 more weeks before this guy can come and it be fine. Yeah. Next week I have my doctor's appointment, but then I'm going to get to see Marissa, so that'll be good. I have the whole day off, so that'll be good. The reason I'm not calling out of work, despite how fucking miserable I feel right now, is because I'm hoarding my PTO so that I can add 2 weeks to my maternity leave. My maternity leave is only 6 weeks at 60% pay. And as the bread person who makes the most money in the house, that's a big deal. To be at 6 weeks at 60% pay is going to be hard. Manageable, but it's going to be hard. And Aiden gets no leave, so he's taking the first initial week fully off, and then the second week he's taking off, but like he'll work the very last day of those 2 weeks, and then 2 days the next week, and then whatever, to like use his PTO up, but then he won't have any PTO. And then I'm using 2 extra weeks of PTO on top of my maternity leave, so that I have 8 weeks instead of just 6 weeks, because I don't think 6 weeks is enough time to recover. Like, physically it's enough time, but like everything else, I don't think it's going to be enough time. I need 2 months to like get my life together, kind of. I would love to have 12 weeks, actually, ideally, but here we are. This update's long and mostly me bitching, but I'm struggling. I'm really having a hard time this morning, so I want to cry, actually, but that wouldn't be helpful for my nose being stuffy, so I'm fucking miserable. Okay, thanks, bye. Hi, good morning. It is Wednesday the 4th. I'm feeling better than I was yesterday. Yesterday was really bad. After I like updated things here and did a few things at work, I like crawled back into bed for like 10 minutes just to lay with my husband to feel better. And I am not that person. I'm not that person. So yeah, I feel better, which is crazy because I only got 5 hours of sleep last night. But I did take like a really long nap, and I think that helped. But there's so many things we have to get done before this kid comes, and I'm just like getting increasingly stressed out about it. Anyway, hi, how we doing? I read a lot yesterday. Who's shocked? I did finish Paladin's Grace. Holy shit, I loved that book. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. The fantasy was super fun. Did I mark that? No, I should have, but I didn't. The fantasy was super fun. I liked the characters. It was a little bit more smut than I expected. That's okay. I wasn't mad about it because it was adults, and it, like, consent was important, and the dynamic was great. And so, yeah, I wasn't mad about it. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I was surprised it wasn't a 5-star read, but I think it's because there were points where I was like, what's the plot line here? But I do plan to read the rest of the series, so that'll be good. I also got 50% into Girls Who Play Dead, and I wanted to just keep reading. I didn't want to read any more of anything else. I just wanted to read this. Unfortunately, the edition I have won't go into open dyslexic font, and so that does make it a little bit difficult to read, but I'm deeply, deeply enjoying it, so I'm excited to continue it. It is like, what am I thinking of? It's just spooky and thriller, and I want to know what's going on. The thing is though, like, nothing is going on. Like, if I step back, I'm like, nothing's really that suspicious that's going on. But everyone's acting real sus. And so, but I zoom back in and everybody's acting real sus. And I want to know what's going on. What are we doing? What's happening? Why did that girl get murdered? I have questions. So, we shall see. I also, last night, because I can't turn Girls Who Play Dead into open dyslexic font, and so I'm not reading it as much, I read Wither. I started Wither, which is a reread for me. I've owned it on my phone since before I even met my husband. I used to work at this hotel, and I worked at the breakfast bar in the morning, obviously, but like I was the opening, whatever, while I went to night school for cosmetology. And because if there were no guests, there was just not a lot to do, I would eat pastries and read books. That job was awful, just to be clear, but not because of like the setup. Like, that was the ideal job for me at the time, but the people were awful. I would just read books, and so I read the first and second book of this series, so I don't remember any of it, which is crazy, but also that time in my life was deeply traumatic, so I think that's probably why. No memory of these books, but I started it. It's not written well. I do have the audiobook, so the plan for today is that I'm going to finish Wither. I just have like an hour and a half left on the audiobook. And then I'm going to get 75% into Girls Who Play Dead. And then if I like feel like it, if I'm up for it, whatever, I either will continue to read Girls Who Play Dead, or I might start Masquerade, which is a Terry Pratchett book. We shall see. I don't know. It would be nice to end Thursday, like in the vlog, on just these are books I finished and not be in the middle of anything, but with the way my reading has been working, who knows. But yeah, Wither is not good. It's fine. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. I don't have a whole lot else because I can't do a whole lot else. Can't crochet. Can't do a lot of cleaning because my hands don't work. So yeah, I think I'm going to work on cleaning some parts of my office today. I'm going to try. I'll film that for the nesting series. And then I also may or may not do some other various things that need to get done, like installing the baby camera in the car and installing the second bidet that we got and cleaning off the table. Like, there's some odds and ends that need to get done. Repacking my bag, that kind of thing. I think I'm going to try to film those things as like the last video in the nesting series is like, this is just extra shit that needed to get done. I don't know, but I'm going to finish eating. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, thanks, bye. Thursday the 5th, which means I will be closing the vlog out, but I read a bunch, so let's talk about that real quick. Do I remember what I read off the top of my head? That rhymed. Yes, I do, actually. Haters. I just don't remember what the first one is called. I finished Girls Who Play Dead by Joelle Wellington, which is like a young adult horror thriller. It's labeled as horror, but it's definitely a thriller. I really enjoyed it. It was very solid. While it's like a whodunit that you definitely like kind of can guess who done it, but it's still the way that it all works out in the end was still really interesting and well done. So I liked it for that. I also finished Wither by Lauren DiStefano. I rated it 3 stars. Our girlie just gets to escape. She runs away, she abandons the 13-year-old. Then she just gets to escape. It's this weird dystopian world where like where women die at 20 and men die at like 24 or 25, I don't know. And they're trying to find a cure, and there's like this evil scientist, and like girls get kidnapped all the time. It's a very strange dynamic. It's just a strange book. I'm a little tempted to read the second book because, like, why is there a second book? I don't know. So yeah, I don't know why they made a second book. So I'm a little bit curious about that. But like, and a third book. I think there's a third book. But I'm not curious enough to actually go out and do it. I own the second book, but I don't know if I'm going to read it. And then I finished Masquerade by Terry Pratchett, which was incredibly enjoyable. It was another of the Discworld books, this one following the witches, and it is in the opera, and it's very Phantom of the Opera, which is wild to say, but I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. The witches are, as always, some of my favorite characters, and this story was pretty clever. And it was like a ghost story and a whodunit, and in this fantasy world, and I found myself really invested and laughing and honestly enjoying it more than I expected to. Because, like, I enjoy the Discworld books, but I've kind of been just like, yeah, they're fine. They're fine. 3-star reads all around, but no, this one was 4-star read. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic. But yeah, so those are all of the books that I finished yesterday. I'm actually just going to close the vlog out here, so I will see you guys next week. We have quite a bit going on next week, so, well, I don't know. I have doctor's appointments and I'm seeing Marissa, but I think that's really it, honestly. But I will talk to you guys later. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you're having a great day. Okay, thanks, bye.